please give it up for Tiffany as she comes to speak with us this evening.
Hi. If someone had told me when I was in my 20s that I would spend some of the brightest, most enriching, and inspiring years of my life in Indianapolis, Indiana, I wouldn't have believed them. I'm not from here. After my 30th birthday, I made the somewhat impetuous decision to trade in the swaying palm trees and waves, ocean waves of Los Angeles for the seductive real estate prices of Indianapolis, Indiana. I didn't know anyone here, but I had what I thought was a very small general connection, that my mother had been born and raised here. But she had left at 18, so that wasn't exactly a big ringing endorsement. But so when I did find my dream home, my mom came to visit, and she shared with me something that actually changed my life. And I don't want to oversell it. It's not like a Luke, I am your father kind of moment. But that my grandparents hadn't always lived in the house that I'd known. That was kind of a little ways away from the main part of the city. But that from the time my mom was born until she was 7 years old, she had lived 2 blocks from the house that I had just bought. And I'd never known this. And this changed the way that I looked at my new neighborhood, city, and life. So to find out that my family's stories had almost literally played out in my backyard was pretty amazing to me. So I got really curious, and I found more and more connections, and I realized how much fun it was to be able to name these places in the city where events were tied to my family. And so what had started to me as just kind of any old city, swathed in sepia tones, bit by bit blossomed into vibrant colors as I learned each new piece and connection that belonged to my family's story. And actually I forgot, that's where my mom had lived. So I started thinking in new ways too. Did I touch something? Ruh-roh. Okay, I can project, I was a theater actress, sorry. So I started thinking in new ways too, that my family actually, you know, how often had they passed my house? Had they noticed my house? Little things like that. And after I finished researching my own family history, I started researching the history, of the families that had lived in my 100-plus-year-old home. And I found where they worked, where they prayed, where they volunteered, and though we weren't related by blood, we were related by home. And I realized that every day I rest my weary head in the same place where these people had rested their weary heads every night 100-plus years ago. And I enter and exit the same sturdy door that they did these 100 years ago. And I also realized that I had unwittingly retraced their very footsteps, literally, not only through my own home, but through the city of Indianapolis. Never met, decades apart, but yet connected. Those kinds of connections are available to all of us at any time, whether we're aware of them or not. Just like every person in this room is connected in ways that we haven't even begun to broach. So I have to tell you that learning the stories of the people and places that touch your life will open you up to magic worlds and improbable connections that you never would have thought of. You start to see how connected it all is, and we all are. And I invite you to start immediately to start doing this exploration because it will make your life richer, brighter, and more inspiring than you ever imagined. Thank you.